All right. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to Judge Sim. This is a game that has picked up a lot of traction online on social media. I see a lot of YouTubers and streamers playing this game, and it looked very interesting. So I honestly got the itch to play this game because, again, it looked interesting. It is kind of like why I play games like Will You Press the Button? Because I've said this, time and time again. Like, I like games like Will You Press the Button because, sure, there's the, very simple decisions where, it's like, oh, do you want, endless money or endless power? But then you also have the very interesting scenarios where it has you think about these very, very interesting hypothetical scenarios, and it gets you to talk about very, very interesting consequences, and you view the world in different ways. And it reminded me a lot of that, but in a different way, because obviously with, Judge Sim, and you can see by, the little gavel here, we are a judge. And the basic premise of this game is we are a judge, and we are presented with criminal cases, and we have to decide whether the criminal is either guilty or they are innocent. Now, I guess with all that being said, disclaimer, I am not a lawyer. I do not have any legal education in any of that regard, so do not go to this game for any legal advice. I'm just simply playing this game because, again, it looks very interesting, and I want to see what this game's all about. Because, again, I see a lot of people playing this game, so I want to see what the hype's about. New game, since we've never done one yet. Also, I hope the music is not too loud. I may lower the volume a bit. Enter my name. Alright. There you go. Welcome to I Am the Law mode. There are 30 new cases in this mode. Decisions made in these lawsuits have no consequences. Oh. Oh no. I don't think I'm doing this right. No. Back to main menu. No. I want to do the actual game. Okay. Here we go. Rain, Daniel alone. Is Amar DoorDash? You have a mail. Instead of you have mail, it's a mail. Okay. I have mail. I have mail. Do I click on it? Do I open the mail? Oh. Okay. I'm stupid. Dear Cole, you are appointed as a judge. Great. Banana Republic Courthouse today. Oh, there's me. Week 1, Case 1. Alright. Your Honor, first of all, as the Ministry, we wish you success in your new position. We want to remind you of the details that are important to you to make a correct judgment. You can find the evidence in the evidence file. At the same time, you can get information whether it's digital evidence on a tablet. The case file includes the content of the case and the information of the defendants. You can ask them questions in the defendants by clicking on the microphone. These questions will play an important role in deciding your case. On the tablet, you can access some digital evidence such as camera footage or audio recordings. You can also access the recordings of your dialogue with the defendants via microphone. These recordings will be added at the end of your dialogue with the defendants. Okay, so it's a lot like Papers, Please, where I can view like the transcript after I talk to the people who are trying to enter my country, Glory Greatest. The law book contains the rules and penalties for crimes that you need to look at to make the right decision. Finally, you make your decision. Remember, your decisions will have consequences. Making wrong decisions in the logbook causes your bars to increase. How full your bars are affect the probability of getting a 12 on the dice screen after each case. Therefore, remember that the case can end even if your bars are not completely full. Okay, I don't understand that part. Ministry of Justice. Okay. Okay, that's this. Okay, there's my book talking about, like the punishments. Here's my tablet. There's no digital evidence. Shop, email, speaking records. Okay? Probably because I haven't talked to him yet. Oh. Can I make a decision outright? Harris Kellen. No, I want to know you first. The case does not contain any evidence files. Okay, there we go. Well, now they clicked on every document except the one that we needed, we can begin. So Harris Kellen, age 25, male. We got this fingerprint. All right. To the Banana Republic Court, violation of restrictions. The incident began on a night when a curfew was in effect around 1:45 a.m. When patrol units noticed a suspicious individual in the Hawthorne district. When the officials, well, I guess it could have been official still, but when the officers stopped the individual, his identity was turned to be Harris Kellen. Okay. I haven't been feeling well at home for a while. I thought going outside for a bit would help me relax. I went out without even checking the time. While walking, I saw police and remembered my curfew at the moment. I panicked and was afraid of getting fined, so I don't comply with the instructions. I was just scared. Okay. How can I help you, Your Honor? Request special guard, offer a bribe. Okay. Can I talk to him? Why do you resist the police from taking action? Because I thought I could explain myself. I didn't want to let the police write a ticket without telling them what happened that night. What happened? You say you're feeling unwell. In that case, why didn't you call the emergency line? It didn't occur to me at that moment. Leaving home seemed like the only option. I couldn't even stop to think. I mean, you're just going past curfew. You seem fine. So, I'm gonna say you're innocent. Not guilty. There you go. You seem like a decent, upstanding guy. Alright, first case. Done, and we win. Hello. Is this my wife, my son, daughter, and I got a cat? It actually meows when you click it. That's awesome. Alright. Go outside or end the day. $0 in our bank account. Great. Mental health is at 100%. That's phenomenal. Go outside, go to the casino, or go to the bar. Well, I don't have any money, so that's probably going to be a problem. So I guess all we can do is I can't interact or talk to characters other than clicking on the cat. I guess the only option is end the day. Bill passed. Convicts with a criminal record will now be given increased penalties. Hey, presto. Week 1, case 2. Hello. Sam Mikhail. Or Michelle. I assume it's Mikhail. He does have a criminal record. Possession, carrying drugs. That's not really looking at you, Sam boys. The incident occurred in the evening during a routine ID check conducted by patrol police units on North State Avenue. During a frisk conducted on Sam Mikhail, who was stopped due to suspicious behavior, narcotic substances were found. Further investigation found no record of the individual engaged in drug trafficking. However, it is assessed that the substance was regularly obtained for personal use. Were you smoking the marijuana? Yes, I had substances on me. I don't deny that. I use them when I'm alone to clear my head, suppress insomnia, and organize my thoughts. I didn't sell them to anyone, and I didn't harm anyone. My life has been off track for a long time. This substance feels like an escape, but I also know it's not an excuse. Okay. Why did the police stop you? I was just going home. When I saw the officers, I remembered I had substances on me and I panicked. I changed direction, but I guess that made me look even more suspicious. Yeah, that sounds pretty logical. Where'd you get the drugs? I don't even properly know his name. We have a superficial acquaintance. Where'd you meet this person? At a place called the Copper Lantern Bar on the lower side of the city. We don't have a special connection. We just ran into each other there. Yeah, that sounds pretty logical. Do I have any evidence? Cocaine! Oh boy. You got cocaine? Alright, narcotic crimes. Possession, carrying drugs, 10 months public service, aggravated, 18 months public service, and a $5,000 fine. Okay. Well, it says he has a criminal record, but he found no record of engaging in drug trafficking. So, probably not a drug dealer. So, I'm gonna say 10 months of public service. There you go. Great! Perfect. Is the dice actually a factor? Like, could I literally have given him 100 years of prison time and it would have been fine? Like, could that have happened? Like, does the game actually take into fact your decisions? Tom Bratsley, good old Tom, age 49, and he has no criminal record. In the evening hours, the lifeless body of company CEO Marcel Hadrick was found in the trunk of his vehicle in the underground parking lot of this Norvats Industries building. The fact that the security system was disabled at the time of the incident indicates that this was a planned assassination. Yep. When the incident was discovered, the only tenant present in the parking lot was Tom Bratsley, who was detained, and the first statement was taken from him. I just started my shift about 2.5 hours ago. During my routine patrol, I still saw the CEO's car in the parking lot, which didn't seem strange to me, but I noticed the trunk was completely open. When I approached, I saw the laying body motionless inside. The first thing that caught my eye was a red rose placed on him, as if someone had deliberately left it there. I immediately contacted headquarters via radio and reported the incident. Ha! So, are you the only employee, the only security guard there? Because that's a little bit suspicious. Isn't there a card required to enter the company parking lot? How do you think the killer could have gotten inside? I checked the system records and there was no card scan visible since the moment I started my shift. I think the killer disabled the system remotely. Well, if they disabled the cameras, I mean, surely. Did you have any personal relationship with the CEO? No, I joined the company only 2 months ago. I've only seen him from a distance. We have no arguments and no contact. So there'd be no reason for you to kill him then if you have no relationship. I think you're free to go. Again, you have a very loose, very small relationship. You haven't known him that long. You just started. So, I think you're fine. Great. Enter your password. Am I gonna get money? Balance $100, salary payment $600, house rent $300, shopping $120. Who's spending the shopping? Is it my wife? If it is, we need to talk to her about her budgeting. And bills $80. How am I spending more on shopping than bills? Wife? The money in your basket has not been drawn. If you continue without taking, you may not be able to stop by the ATM. That's weak. Do you want to continue? I guess withdraw money? Then, please take your money. Thank you. I now have $100. What do you want, daughter? Your daughter asks you for $100 for school fees. Do you accept? Your standard will drop if you don't accept this. You mean the same $100 that I literally just got on my bank account today that I worked so hard for to provide for this family, and you want to spend all my paycheck on books? No. My mental health dropped from 100 to 75%. Well, I'm sorry, but I don't want to spend my entire paycheck on books. I'm the breadwinner of this family. We have to pay bills at the end of the day. Two people here, okay. Mason Wark and Derek Caldwell. Mason here has a criminal record. That's not looking good for you, Mr. Mason. And Derek doesn't have a criminal record. Okay. Mason, auto theft charge. Okay, they're both being charged with auto theft. Okay. The vehicle owned by Rob Sainer, who's neither one of you, which was parked overnight in the parking lot of his apartment building, disappeared by morning without leaving any trace. Following the report made by Rob Sainer, okay, the vehicle is located and stopped by patrol units. Following the identification process, the driver of the vehicle was identified as this guy, Mason, was previously known as Tiny M, who has a criminal record for vehicle theft. Okay. Rob Sainer, the guy who had his vehicle stolen. I have no information about my vehicle was stolen. Clearly those who did it were professional thieves. The police said they left no traces at all. The only thing I'm concerned about is that my car was locked. Ha! That doesn't sound very convincing. Mason, Tiny M. Alright, this guy. Early in the morning, an old friend of mine, Derek Caldwell, called me. He said there was an urgent package that needed to be delivered and that he was unavailable. I immediately went to his house to help. He opened the door and handed me a package and a car key. I didn't know the vehicle was stolen. As soon as I set off, I encountered a police checkpoint. That's where I learned the vehicle was stolen. Following a statement of Mason Wark, Derek Caldwell has been taken in custody. This guy. Okay. Alright, this guy's statement. Everyone who was involved in me in this incident is making a mistake. Everything Mason said is a lie. This guy, okay. I have nothing to do with that vehicle or any theft. Mason is trying to drag me into this, but I did nothing. So, a couple questions. A, was the vehicle actually stolen? Or was it a factor of, like, repossession? That's one. And two, if Mason's telling the truth, how did Derek get the keys on this car? I have questions for both of you. Where were you the night the car was stolen? I was with my friends that night. We were a bit drunk and hanging out. I've been drinking until late. I woke up in the morning when Derek called. So this guy. Does Derek Caldwell call you very often? Or... I think so. I'm not sure what you mean by very frequent, but we could talk 2 or 3 times a month. I must state that I'm retired with these matters now. Those days, I work a regular job. When did you meet Mason Wark? We attended the same school, elementary school. Then we both dropped out. And why is that? Why would you drop out of elementary school? Of all places. Mason says that you gave him a stolen vehicle and asked him to deliver a package using that vehicle. Is that true? Mason slandering me. Fits and mistakes is his life is not my responsibility. How do you drop out of elementary school? That sounds like a mistake. I need to know more information on that. How do you drop out of elementary school? Camera records. No facial recognition. Great. Speaking records. Okay, this is just our transcript. Hello. Ah, no. Not one of these. I'm terrible at these. Ha! Weather reveal. Cigar, scissors, and bots found in the vehicle. 212-2354. Fingerprint number. We got prints! There's digital evidence on the tablet. Yeah, we saw the digital evidence, but I wouldn't even call it evidence because there was no facial recognition. But whoever had the fingerprint... So, 212-354. That's... Oh. Oh, Mr. Derek! Oh, everyone is slandering you. You had nothing to do with this, but your fingerprints were there. I can't ask more questions now that I know the fingerprints are attached to them. Okay, well, Derek, you're lying, saying that you're not involved at all. Everyone's slandering you because here's your fingerprints. Cigar, scissors, and a box was found in the vehicle. I assume the box was the package. So... I don't know. I wish I had information on, like, how the vehicle was stolen, because this doesn't help. No facial recognition. Like, all we know is that Mr. Derek here is connected with the case because his fingerprints were there. But as far as whether, you know, this other guy, Mr. Mason here, little Tiny M, doesn't mean he is completely off the clear and has done absolutely nothing. We don't know anything about him at all. The only thing we know is that Derek has his fingerprints. So, that being said, auto theft, 2 years of jail. I mean, okay. So let's read the statements again. I don't believe Derek Caldwell at all, because his fingerprints are there. Tiny M. Early in the morning, an old friend of mine, Derek, called me. He said there was an urgent package that needs to be delivered. We have the bots, and that he was unavailable. I immediately went to his house to help. He opened the door and handed me a package and a car key. I didn't know the vehicle was stolen. As soon as I set off, I encountered a police checkpoint. That's where I learned it was stolen. Yeah. I'm gonna say Derek here is guilty. You get 2 years of jail time. And Tiny M here, you're free to go. There you go. Great. State of emergency declared. Due to the recent increase in anarchist activity, the government has declared a state of emergency. State of emergency declared. Due to a state of emergency, judges can now be appointed to all types of cases. Ooh, fun. Oh, no. Oh, no. Is this what I think it is? It's like a family custody battle. Ah, no. Again, I said a disclaimer at the very beginning. I am not a legal expert. This is all just a fun little game. But now we're getting to serious matters. Oh, boy. Determine which parent will be granted custody of 11-year-old Liam Renard and his 8-year-old sister, Elena Renard. Oh, God. The couple officially divorced about 2 weeks ago. After divorce, no agreement could be reached regarding custody of their 2 children. So the mother filed a custody lawsuit. Family members' evaluation report. The father was deemed unfit to take full-time care of the children due to a long-standing anxiety disorder, intermittent anger control problems, and unstable living conditions. Although the mother is loving toward her children, she has been in serious financial difficulty recently and has had to work 2 different jobs. The home conditions are modest, however. The report on ability to meet the children's needs evaluate and situation negatively. Ah, boy. It's getting pretty serious now. How did your parents' separation affect you? At first, I felt terrible. There was constant tension at home, but after the divorce, the argument stopped, so I felt a bit relieved. Still feel sad that my dad was left alone. Would you rather live with your mother or your father? I don't want to be separated from my sister Elena. We can live together with my mom. Our mom isn't a good financial situation, but I can work and support her. I mean, you can't work and support her because how old are you? You're 11. You can't work. That is illegal. You have to be, I think, minimum 14 or 15 to have a part-time job. So you can't work and support her. I mean, it's nice and all, but it's literally illegal for you to do that. How's your relationship with your father? I love my dad too, but sometimes he gets very angry. My sister gets scared. I wish they had never separated. Oh, God. What did family fight in front of you? Oh, God. This is getting more and more serious and more dark, and I hate it. Yes, they were shouting at each other. Do you love your mom or your dad? I don't want to choose. I love them both. If you had to make a choice, who would it be? This is terrible. Please don't separate me from my big brother. Oh, God. Is there any evidence? No? Okay. And there's no book either. All we have is this. So... it's at this moment I screwed up. Because, again, this is a very little fun game. But now we're getting into very serious talk about divorce and children and family custody battles. Decisions. It was decided that custody of both children be granted to the mother. Both to the father. It was decided the boy would be placed with the father and the girl with the mother. The daughter be with the father and the son with the mother. And it was decided that candidates were insufficient. That both children would be placed in foster care. Okay. So, immediately off rip, decision 3 and 4 are not being considered at all. Right? Not being considered at all. Because at the end of the day, one thing that has been consistent is the siblings want to be together. They're not going to be separated. So, 3 and 4, I am throwing out the window. Okay. So here's the thing. Here's how I'm watching this out. And again, this is a game and it sucks because this is something that actually happens in real life to people, and I'm so sorry for this to be a reality for some people. Because I can't imagine that. But here's my thing. The father has anxiety issues and could be, yelling a lot and can be, it seems like, it's on the end of emotional, abuse. Right? At least that's how it's written. That's how I'm interpreting it. Is it could get to that level. But the problem is the mother is not financially able to support children, so that also puts the children in a bad spot. Is they can't live and they can't be supported. And again, it's great that the son, offers to, help the mother out, but it's literally illegal for a child that young to, work. So that's not even possible. So, I guess foster care, because neither parent is equipped to take care of children, because again, the father on the anxiety and the emotional abuse argument, and the mother is not able to support them financially. That makes the kids not in a good situation either, but foster care is not good either. I don't know. And there's literally no win in this. But at least, foster care, like maybe they can be adopted into a family, a system where they actually have parents around them, where it's a stable environment, where the parents do have stable income. That's the way I'm thinking about it. But there's no win to that. Okay, I'm not going to do that yet because I want to see what the case is about first. Chris Temend, 49, and he has a criminal record. Assassination. Are you the assassinator who was leaving the roses? In recent weeks, sanitation workers collecting trash in the city center came across the lifeless body of Fred J. Haldorn, the CEO of the Glenmore Company Mountain Garbage. The autopsy report determined that there were no signs of assault, and death occurred in a result of a prolonged oxygen deprivation. Okay. According to last meeting in his daily calendar, the person Fred was with on the evening before his death was company board member Chris Temend. Okay. This is a statement. After the evening meeting, we left the company together and went to our usual bar. We stayed for about 2 hours. He drank, seemed a bit withdrawn, and didn't want to talk. Then I dropped him off at his home. I don't know where he went afterwards. He was a good friend. It never crossed my mind that he would meet such an end. The cleaning worker found the body. There was a black tarp over the trash container. When I looked at it, I saw the body of a man lying there in a navy blue suit. The body was slightly bruised, and there was a red rose on it. It is a rose! I thought things like this would only happen in movies. Do we have any evidence? That would be really helpful. There's no digital evidence. Great. But, you know what? There is this. And looks like what we have to do is line these up. So, looks like that. It looks like one connects to the second to last. Third from the top. 1, 2, 3. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. So fourth from the bottom is the very bottom. And then it looks like you're the very top. Ah, shit. Okay. So you connect to the second from the bottom. The second one from the bottom here connects all the way to the top. At least that's what it looks like. The third one is all the way at the bottom. The very bottom is third one from the top. So second one looks like it's the third. Ha! There we go. I probably like messed up one of the wires. All right, what'd you get? Steel wire was found on the body and a red rose on the body. How does that help? I mean, we got the way he died was strangulation through the wire and left the rose there, but how does that help? What is there, like fingerprints? No. Okay. How long have you known Fred J. Haldorn? We've been working at the same company for about 8 years, but we were relatively close in the last 2. Did he have any enemies or anyone threatening him inside or outside the company? I don't think so, Your Honor. He was someone who got along with people. While you were at the bar, did he mention anything he was going at the meeting? Unfortunately, he said, "Take me home, I'm very tired." Did he now? Did he now, Mr. Chris? Take you home? I'm sure it's not Country Homes, West Virginia. You also have a criminal record. So let's see. Criminal record, oxygen deprivation, We have the steel wire, so the way he died. And I guess he's the one leaving the roses. It's not looking good for you, Chris. Where's assassination? Homicide? 62 years in jail. You know what? Mr. Chris, because you have a criminal record, I'm gonna sentence you to 102 years in jail. As a result of the decisions you made in the cases, we decided to raise your salary. This week will earn $700. Great. Give him money. $300, and no one wants to talk to me. Great. So I'm gonna keep my money, and I'm gonna go to the next cases. Possibility of being assassinated 15%. Possibility of arrested 10%. How do I lower those? Is that an O? Yeah. Omar Crate, 27 male, criminal record, yes. Threat, malicious wounding, and threat. Okay. In recent weeks at the home of Omar Crate, his friend Sean, is that you? Yes. Sustained a stab wound to the rib during a violent altercation between them. He claims that his friend Sean stabbed him over a debt dispute. Immediately after the incident occurred, the individual named Sean Hallen left the scene. Following the complaint filed by him, Sean Hallen was apprehended at his family's home. Statements from this guy. I've been having debt disputes with Sean for some time. I couldn't pay the money. I borrowed from him on time to time, and he threatened me at every opportunity to get the money back. When he came to my house on the day of the incident, he was extremely angry and out of control. As soon as I opened the door, he started insulting me. He came at me with a knife, and while I was pushing him away, the knife stabbed me into my rib. If I had gone a little higher, I could have died. After he fled, I grabbed my phone and immediately contacted the police. Alright, this is Sean's statement. He has no criminal record, and he does, Omar, the guy who got stabbed. I'm not sure if that matters, but I will call it out anyways. So, Sean, it is true that I argued with him about the debt, but I was not the one who attacked. He was. That day, I wanted to go to his house and talk calmly. Yeah, I highly doubt that, Mr. Sean. I told him my situation was bad and that he needed to give me this money now. Yeah, that sounds very calmly. Give me the money now. A heated argument broke out between us. He ran and grabbed a knife from the kitchen. While I was trying to take the knife from his hand, he fell onto it and stabbed his rib. Really? He fell onto it and stabbed himself. I fled the scene because I was scared. No, were you scared because you stabbed him? That's why you fled. No, you know what? I'm gonna look at digital evidence first. There's no digital evidence. All right. I mean, this seems like an open shut case of what happened, but I'm gonna open this briefcase anyways. It's one of these. It's a memory minigame. All right. Okay. Okay. You. All right. Damn it. Damn it. Bottom. All right. You. Okay. Okay. You. Holy shit. Okay. Don't mess this up. Gosh, damn it. Oops. It was... damn it, I don't remember. It was you? No. It's you. And then what happens here? Is it you? Okay. And that's you. Oh, no. Okay. It's not you, so it's you. Okay? Ah! Okay, I think I got the sequence now. Clearly not. Yep, I totally got the sequence. Ha! I'm a genius. First try. Knife found on the person. Fingerprints 21227. Sean, give me my money. Sean, you're crossing the line. I said I'd pay you. Stop pressuring me. Shut up, you bastard. Let's see if you can talk like that when you're face to face with me. You need to calm down a bit. If you don't pay by next week, you'll be a dead man. Yeah. You want to talk calmly, Sean. You want to talk calmly. Talk calmly. If you don't pay by next week, you'll be a dead man. And also, his fingerprints are on the knife. So, you know what? You know what? Threat, 4 years in jail. Oops, hold on. How do I go back? There we go. So theft is 4 years in jail. And then... No. Well... Incitement to murder. 12 years. Okay. So, he's gonna be charged with incitement to murder, threat, beating, home invasion, physical wounding. So, you know what? I could do the math and, count up like, oh, 2 years is threat. Oh, beating is, this amount. But you know what? Omar, you are innocent. And Sean, instead of me doing the math of saying, oh, 2 years here, you know what? I'm going to throw you in jail for 100,000 years. Okay, 100 years. I'm gonna throw you in jail for 100 years with a $100 million fine for lying to me. There we go. Have fun paying back that debt. I literally put 10 generations of your bloodline into debt for lying to me. Bill passed. Criminals who are not mentally well will be sent to their treatment instead of punishment. Not me. I'm gonna send them to punishment. I'm gonna be the best judge. Owen Blackridge. Willful damage to public property. In recent weeks, numerous complaints have been received about dents and scratches appearing on newly installed benches by the Harrowfield Municipality. I don't know how to pronounce that. Municipal teams investigated the situation, replaced the bench with a new one to prevent further damage, and deployed a covert observation team in the area. Sounds logical. The following day around noon, Owen Blackridge sat on a new bench and shortly afterward took a sharp object out of his pocket and began scraping the surface. At that point, the cops intervened and took the individual into custody. I should say that I've been doing this for years without realizing it. When I'm stressed, my hand always goes to my pocket, and I fidget with this small knife-like object. Over time, this habit got out of control. I knew I was damaging benches, but I truly never thought it was a crime. It was an impulse I couldn't even stop myself from acting on. Nope! Where is vandalism? Crimes against the state. No, that's not it. Theft? No. Willful damage to public property. 24 months of public service and a $3,000 fine. Alright. At this present moment, that's what I'm thinking of. 24 months and a $3,000 fine. Okay, I like this one because this one's pretty easy. At least I think so. I'm gonna say that and I'm gonna jinx myself. Yep, I absolutely jinxed myself. Oh, yeah, this is easy. Okay. You know what? Let me go. Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I'm gonna start going backwards and work my way back. The bench is damaged by the defendant. Oh my god, it's not just one scratch. Sharp objects are found on him. That's a box cutter knife. Is that a screwdriver? And what is that third one? You said this behavior was an impulse you can't control. Have you considered getting support for this? Yes, Your Honor, because these events cause more stress for me. Do you think this behavior will continue? No, I don't know. Probably yes. Because here's my thing. Right now, it's an impulse control where he is reaching for sharp objects like knives and box cutters to damage public property. Who's to say it's not going to eventually turn into either harming himself or harming other people? Who's to say that won't turn into that? There's no digital evidence. Oh, whoops. I meant 24 months, not years. Oopsie. Okay, well, you know what? You're getting 24... Oh, no. There you go. I guess you're getting 3 months, 3 years in jail. I was just saying, I was going to give him 3 years of jail, and then I was going to throw him into an asylum. I was going to have them both, but I guess I couldn't do that. Okay. Never mind. And we still have a 50% of being assassinated and a 20% chance of being arrested. Aurelia Soundworks Ltd. Intertone Audio Production Company. The music production company Aurelia Soundworks alleges that Intertone Audio committed copyright infringement by using the rhythm bass of their compositions without permission. Aurelia Soundworks announced to the public in a new single they had worked on for about a month. Just 48 hours after the track was released, Intertone Audio announced a new music project. Fans of both companies noticed the similarities in the instrumental backing, and debates began on social media. Following this, Aurelia Soundworks stated the rhythmic arrangements, harmonic structures, and sound design were copied one-to-one. Therefore, Intertone is being asked to pay $5 million in copyright. My clients worked on this track for weeks, tried hundreds of mixed variations, and ultimately brought the work to be original point. However, in the track Intertone Audio released shortly after, it was understood that Aurelia's characteristic instrumental foundation was used almost identically. Our complaint is not similarity, it is the unauthorized copying of my client's labor. We demand compensation to remedy this violation. I mean, I'm just saying outright off rip, it better be pitch perfect accurate to expect me to have to pay you $3 million. We do not believe similarities that emerge constitute intentional copying. In modern electronic music, similar rhythmic structures and sound designs are frequently seen. The audio engineers within my client Intertone Audio use a backing track they create from scratch entirely in their own studios. Similar drums and synth patterns can be heard across dozens of companies in the market. For this reason, we find the claims of copyright infringement unfounded. Alright, let's hear the audio. Okay, so that was the original. Now let's hear the... Okay, now let's hear the copyrighted claim version. Immediately, this is totally different. It's totally different! You're innocent. There is no similarities. Was found guilty in order to pay $5 million. Was found not guilty and was decided no compensation needed to be paid. Not only is it totally different, but I am also throwing out this case because the audacity and entitlement you think that I'm going to have to pay you $5 million should have been enough to warrant that I'm throwing this case out for just pure stupidity that you think you're getting $5 million out of me. You'll earn $800. Moving up in the ranks. Give him my money. What does our son want? I want to touch the cat first, but damn it. Your son's clothes are getting old. He wants $300 for the new clothes. Do you accept? Your son will drop you if you don't accept this. Son, look at me for a second. What kind of clothes do you want? Because what do you mean you need $300 for new clothes? Hey, do me a favor. Go to Target, go to Walmart, and you can buy a set of like 4 or 5 clothes for less than $100. So, no, we're not paying you $300 for new clothing. If you want to say, oh, I need new clothing to look cool, nobody cares about what clothing you wore in high school. Nobody cares. $15-20%. Hospital report, major depression. Oh. Plaintiff Joel Miller states that his 14-year-old daughter, Ellie Miller, began showing severe symptoms of depression shortly after playing the video game None of Us 2 by Really? Really? Joe Miller instead of Joel Miller. And I don't know what Ellie's last name is in The Last of Us, but in The Last of Us 1, I want to say she's 14. And Ellie is like a surrogate daughter, if you will, for Joel. And the None of Us 2 instead of The Last of Us 2, and it's Sony instead of Sony. And later lost her life as a result of a suicide attempt. Plaintiff Miller claims that the game company is primarily responsible for his daughter's death and is seeking $1 million in moral damages. I mean, I will say, both Last of Us 1 and Last of Us 2 are very depressing games. And a lot of bad stuff happens. Additionally, they are requesting that the sale and distribution of the game be halted. Representing the defendant company's company attorney, Alastar Rao, is present at the hearing. Is that a real lawyer for Sony? If so, that's crazy. Alright, this is Joe Miller instead of Joel. After my daughter started playing this game, also, she completely withdrew. Only the gloomy melodies of the game music came from her bedroom door. She wouldn't eat and couldn't sleep at night. After a while, she began to act as if she wasn't herself anymore at home. When we took her to the hospital, she was diagnosed with major depression. 2 weeks later, her mother found her in her bed with pill boxes. We learned from the doctors that it was already too late. This is a statement from the Sony lawyer. Our company does not accept such allegations regarding our products. Before release, our game is clearly marked with an age restriction of 18. The plaintiff's daughter does not meet this requirement. The real fault lies in providing the game to a child despite the age restriction. Furthermore, there is no evidence our game causes illness. Mr. Miller, your daughter did not meet the game's age requirement. Why did you not prevent her from playing it? Your Honor, when the game was released, my daughter begged me for days to buy it. She said, Dad, everyone's playing it. I'm falling behind. As her father, I couldn't say no, but no one could have imagined a child would be dragged into such darkness. Oh, boy. Not to, victim blame that, your child's dead, but... yeah, this is kind of your fault for you saying, oh, I have to do this because other people are making them feel inadequate because they're falling behind in the social curve. Mr. Rao, what is your defense? Your Honor, we are aware that continuation of the series is somewhat emotional for this reason. We released the game as 18 and above. This is not a game suitable for everyone, but we're encountering such a case for the first time. I mean... look. This is not a good situation at all. But here's a couple things about this. You know, there seems to be no evidence that playing the game caused them to have depression. It seemed like they already had the depression, they already had symptoms of it prior to the game coming out. So that's number one. So you can't prove that the game caused the depression, right? And two, this seems like a mental health issue more than anything. Because, you know, this is gonna sound graphic and dark, and it's gonna go from, you know, this, you know, little fun game where it's, you know, oh, fun court cases, to something that's very dark and oppressive, something that actually happened in real life. But, you know, on the subject of, you know, does video games cause violent people? Because I remember there was a story that came out, like years ago, maybe like 15, 20 years ago. Maybe longer than that, but maybe that was like when I first heard about it. But the story is that there was this guy who was addicted to playing Halo, and he was addicted so much and played it so much that he tragically found a gun in his home and then shot and killed his parents because he believed that because he played Halo so often that, hey, if I shoot and kill these people in real life, if I shoot and kill them, just like Halo or any other video game, they will simply respawn and come back to life. But guess what? That's not how the real world works. So it's clearly like mental health issues more than anything in the world. So that's what this case reminds me of, that, you know, this goes for like movies, games, shows, anything. That if a piece of media affects your mentality that much, where it affects your livelihood, your self-esteem, you're no longer, you know, feeling you as a person, like that is a mental health issue more than the game itself, right? So I'm gonna say no compensation for the family. Wait, No compensation for the family, yes. And removal of the game from sale. Oh no, I want to keep the game remained on sale. Because again, it's not a guarantee that the game, The Last of Us 2, caused this to happen. And then there's other people who, you have to think about this as well, that other people who played, The Last of Us 2 or any game like that and didn't have depression or any of these issues. You also have to think about it that way. But yeah, but I would say that more than anything, where if a piece of media is actually causing you to, lose yourself and lose your self-esteem and all that, again, that is more of a mental health issue, and I think you should talk to someone, either your family or a therapist or a professional or somebody, rather than the game itself, right? Big operation at cartel. Members of the Kokiri cartel were caught smuggling drugs across the border. Hello. Oh wait. What's this envelope? We are offering you $500 to release Jared Alderson and Marcus Byrne. This money will make your job easier and ensure you're not influenced by the decision you make. Well, what do you mean I'm not influenced? You're bribing me, so clearly I am being influenced by the decision I'm making. Because you're bribing me. Okay, they both have a criminal record. And they both are positive on the mental health scale. Both being charged with drug trafficking and taking part in ongoing criminal activities. Near midnight, a specially prepared hidden compartment was detached in the rear section of a van that was stopped for a routine traffic check. During the search of the hidden compartment, a large quantity of narcotics was seized. Upon examining the identities of the two individuals in the vehicle, it was determined that both were connected to the Kokiri cartel. Jared, this guy. The way this was organized and not ours. Someone within the cartel must have made a deal with the police. They put us forward as bait, the ones who sent us here. I wanted to get us caught. I don't know if we talk if we're punished, but I'm sure the mafia is involved in this. Let's get Mike's statement. Hey, his name is spelled wrong. Alright. Unless it's someone completely different, but I don't know. Doesn't seem like it. This shipment was not normal. There was supposed mafia connections who said they would clear the way. They sat at the same table with us and gave guarantees. Clearly, a higher offer was made to the other side. They sold us out and increased their own share. I cannot read. I don't know who made a deal with the police, but someone deliberately set this up. They will pay for it. There's no digital evidence. Great. Based on your statement, I believe you became an informant while you cooperate. You're thinking very wrongly. Who is the mafia you mentioned in your statement? Are you not going to turn them in? Don't worry, our people will make them pay. If you cooperate, we can protect you. Are you considering helping us? You talk too much. Make your decision already so we can leave. Alright, McJudgerson. Ah, it's this again. Alright, well, top is the very bottom. Second, looks like a straight line. Third is the very top. The very bottom is, looks like the third one from the top. Ha! What'd you give me? What was seized at the operation? 8 kilograms of lysergic acid. I cannot pronounce that. 9 liters of gamma Hydrolut's book and 25 kilograms of cocaine. I can at least read that. And 2 submachine guns. Take part organized crime activity. 16 years of jail for each of you. And 16 years of jail. 16 years of jail and a $250,000 fine. Okay, well, technically, it's drug and arms trafficking because you have submachine guns and drugs. So it's 26 years in jail and a $350,000 fine. Well, good luck paying that off. That's, yeah, 350,000. I just got a bar that says my assassination is more than 50%, but I'm still alive. Let's go. It's not 50%, it's 30%. Moderate possibility. Request special guard, offer a bribe. Lowers the assassination bar by 25%. Yes. Why don't there's enough money? Ah, shit. I don't have enough money. Ah, damn it. Lana Winter. Criminal record, no, and fraud. Theo Markel called a phone number listed in an online advertisement, assumed the person on the other end was a sex worker, and offered a paid sexual encounter. During the phone calls, Lana Winter, this person, requested a specific fee and said the money should be sent via bank transfer. After Markel paid the fee, he received no response on the other side and realized that the number had blocked him. He reported the situation to the police and filed a complaint. Following the complaint, Lana Winter was identified and detained at a residence. I've been living alone for about 3 years. I haven't been close to anyone for a long time, and it started to wear on me psychologically. While browsing online, I came across a phone number. The profile clearly implied that services were being offered. When I called, the woman told me a rate and asked for payment via bank transfer. I immediately sent $200. After I sent the receipt, she stopped receiving my messages. A few minutes later, I realized the number had blocked me. It's not about the money. I couldn't stomach being made a fool of. That's why I filed a complaint. Logical. Lana, I'm not a sex worker. Yeah, I highly doubt that. If I were, I wouldn't hide it. When my phone rang, a man I didn't know directly asked my rate. In that moment, I thought it was a joke or trolling, so I got angry and said, my rate is $200 an hour. You're not a sex worker, but you just jokingly said $200 an hour. And you got the money, and you're like, why'd you send me this money? It's not like I said $200 an hour. Why'd you send me money? Minutes later, when I saw the money actually came into my account, I didn't understand what was happening. Yeah, I'm sure you didn't understand what was happening. I bought the number because it scared me. Yeah, I'm sure it scared you. That's why you blocked the number. Not because you got the money and then took off and ran. My intention was not to scam anyone, so I didn't force anyone to send me money. I mean, I don't care what your intention was. I mean, you did scam them. When you answer the phone, why don't you introduce yourself and say it was a misunderstanding? At first, I thought it was a malicious prank. I didn't take it seriously. Well, I mean, you took it seriously enough when the money was sent, so clearly it was serious. Why don't you try to return the money that came to your account? That's a good question. Why should I return when some idiot sent it? Miss Lana! Do you realize that I can throw you in jail for 100 years and instead of being sent $200, I can force you to pay a $200,000 fine if you're not gonna be a bitch? So cut it with the attitude. There's no digital evidence. Oh, come on. There's no digital receipts. Oops. Oh, sorry. I clicked out the game. Ah, it's this game again. Okay. Well, right around the rosy. There you go. Okay. Process of elimination. Okay. Damn it. It's literally just a memory game and it's frustrating, okay? Okay. Whoo! Damn, I don't remember what the sequence was. Was it this? Damn it. Was it you? Okay. Damn it, I don't remember what the sequence is. I had it. Damn it, that's one I do later. Oops. It's just frustrating. Okay. You? Okay. Please tell me it's you. I don't want to do this all over again. Whoo! God, that one is the worst because I cannot remember. About $200. The receipt for the money sent. Phone call recording. Hi. Hey, baby. You don't know you're a sex worker, but you literally answer the phone from a random stranger and your first sentence, your greeting, is hey baby, but you don't know they are a sex worker and you treat it as a joke. Yeah, I'm sure you treat it as a joke. What's your fee? $200 per hour, it's $500 per night. Which one do you want? Yeah, I'm sure this was a joke. An hour, please. How do I make the payment? You can transfer it to the bank account I'm going to send. All right, then I'm waiting for you to send your bank account. I want to talk again because you're a liar. Okay, you know what? Is it a cybercrime? Because maybe it's like outright scamming. 4 years of jail for cyber, financial. It's not money laundering. What about like scamming? It's not tax evasion. No, not sexual assault. Theft. So we got theft, we got fraud. And you know what? Because again, just like the other person who lied to me, I'm going to go the aggravated sentence route. So 4, 14, 22. You got 22 years of jail, Miss Lana. That's what you get for lying to me. 22 years of jail. And you know what? Because you're so worried about a $200 money payment being sent to you, I'm going to give you a $20,000 fine and have you deal with that. You're welcome. This week you're owed $900. Oh, wow. Condemn this decision. Condemn this decision. This judge should be dismissed. Judge resign. There is no justice. Fuck this shit. Judge resign. What kind of judge is this? Wow. Everyone is very mad at my decision for giving her 22 years of jail because she outright scammed him and stole money from him. And I also had her pay a fine because she outright lied and was being rude to me in my court. Wow. People are not happy with me. But you know what? If you got haters, that's a sign that whatever you're doing is you're doing the right thing. Samir Haddad. Human trafficking. The incident occurred after midnight during a routine check along the Tryoke borderline. The patrol team signaled for a suspicious minibus to stop. Although the vehicle managed to escape for a while, it was eventually captured after a pursuit. During the inspection of this vehicle, it was observed that multiple migrants of undetermined nationality were being transported in cramped conditions. Therefore, an investigation was immediately launched and Samir Haddad for human smuggling. I knew how dangerous the job was, but I had been unemployed for a long time, and the burden of not being able to support my family never left my shoulders. And it's an economic crisis. That's a little bit too real. I reached a point where I would do anything for money. I have 11 siblings. Have some mercy on me. There's no digital evidence. Camera records. Facial recognition was done. He's driving a white van? Are you serious? I mean, I wouldn't say he's, doing drug trafficking or armed trafficking, but he is human trafficking. So that's 8 years. I'm sorry, my guy, but you do the crime, you gotta do the time. People are probably gonna hate that decision. Nope. I want to see. Is there a way to check social media reactions from case by case basis? Because that will be fun. In the dark of the night, your sleep is interrupted by the sound of knocking on the door. Go to door. Am I gonna get assassinated or kidnapped? I don't want to go to the door. Look through the hole or wait quietly. I'm gonna wait quietly. I'm gonna wait quietly. Occupado, I don't know you. I'm not opening this door. My family's in this house. There's no one else that could be. I'm not expecting any guests. Maybe if I keep waiting, they'll go away if I wait long enough. I'm waiting. I'm waiting patiently. You come to my house, I'm waiting. I'm not looking through this door. Because how do I know that if I look through this door, door hole, how do I know we don't have some Agent 47 thing where he has a gun barrel right against the people, so that once my eye gets through it, they shoot me? How do I know that's not what's gonna happen? I keep hitting wait quietly, but nothing is happening. Fine, I'll look through the hole since wait quietly does nothing. You see a masked man. Yeah. Why the heck would I open the door? Why on earth would I open that door? The compensation lawsuit filed by George Voss against the consumer electronics company Novacell. The Barry, the Novacell brand phone, belonged to the individual. Approximately 3 months ago, George Voss purchased the newly released N15 Pro model mobile phone from a Novacell store near his home. He stated that he charged the phone only with the adapter and cable that came with the original box and did not use any other brand of equipment. On the day of the incident, while George was using the phone plugged into the charger, the device battery exploded violently, with fragments hitting his hand and face, causing physical injuries. After the explosion, burn marks appeared on his face and material damage occurred in his home. George, who applied to the Novacell authorized service, was turned away on the grounds of user error and was dismissed even without any inspection, having the phone hung up on him. As a result, he filed a compensation lawsuit worth $250,000. In this case, the company Novacell is represented by attorney Elon Marks. Ha! Okay. I had owned the phone for less than 3 months. I always charged the device with its original adapter, strictly following the instructions. That day, while the phone was plugged in, it exploded in my hand. Flames suddenly hit my face. I didn't even understand what was happening. Furniture in my home was damaged and become unusable. When I called the authorized service, they did nothing except defend their own product. They said our phones don't explode. You must have used it incorrectly, and didn't even make me take it seriously. I suffered severe physical and psychological damage. They must be held accountable for this incident. Novacell is a brand with international quality certifications. Our products undergo hundreds of stress tests. The plaintiff's claims are unfounded. Such explosions usually occur when users use third-party chargers or damage the battery. We believe this is a smear campaign against our company. Okay. The phone conversation between George Voss and Novacell customer service representative. And of course their name is Karen. Okay. Novacell Sportline, this is Karen. How may I assist you? Your phone exploded in my hand. My phone is covered in burns. I can't use my hand. We're sorry, but this is caused by user error. Please read the user manual for battery safety next time. I only use the charger you provided. What am I supposed to do now? Our devices do not explode for no reason. I won't be able to help you. Good day. Well, fuck you, Karen. Bitch. I will sue you. Conversation concluded. Novacell says you are at fault. What do you say to that? I this is an attempt to evade responsibility. Yep. They neither conducted or an inspection or provide with their technical report without even listening to the incident. They blame me and close the case. Yep. That's what happened. In a plaintiff's statement, it is claimed that you did not take him seriously. Is that true? That is true. Absolutely not, Your Honor. We are a company that prioritizes customer satisfaction. However, we believe the incident resulted from However, we believe the incident resulted from usage contrary to the device's normal operation. Therefore, we do not accept the claims. Customer satisfaction, huh? What about this call dialogue that says, we can't help you. Good luck with that. You have burns on the side of your face and you can't use your hand. Good luck to you. There are many people who try to exploit companies in this way. They should not be taken seriously. I mean, just because you have a few bad apples doesn't mean there's actually legitimate complaints from customers. So, nah, you're guilty, Novacell. It was decided that it was found in the right and found that $250,000 was paid by Novacell. Was in the wrong. Was justified. Will only receive a refund of $1,000. Yeah, that seems fair. Okay, but anyway, I'm gonna leave this video here. Judge Sim, this game is a lot of fun. I would say it's way better than what I was expecting. And again, I heard a lot of good things because, I hear a lot of people, playing this game. A lot of people have very positive reviews of this game, and it's fun. Again, it looks like a very, obscure, low end game where all I'm doing is just simply, reading very badly, might I add, and I'm just simply, making decisions. But I don't know, there's something fun about this. And again, it's a lot like, the will you press the button game where, again, it doesn't look like much on the surface, but actually starts some very interesting dialogue and conversations that, I don't know, is just intriguing to me and I really like. So maybe we do more videos like this in the future. Who knows? But we'll see. But yeah, potentially first episode, good start.